Hello, welcome to the One I Have Spare Time podcast. My name is Frank, and I'll be sitting here talking. Okay, yeah. Trump is out of office, and Kamala Harris is in office, and whether you like Trump or not, or like Biden or not, it doesn't matter. Um, your life shouldn't be affected by who's the president. I mean, on an emotional level. Some people, their world ends, depending on who's president. Um, Barring anything major, don't, I'm assuming Biden's gonna go to war. Even that won't change your life because, we're so used to going to war. Like, it's not like we're gonna stop production of Big Macs. Okay, so don't worry, fatty, you'll be fine. But since Trump is out of office, the important thing that's also out of office is the first lady. What's her name? Is it Melania Trump? Man, I don't even know her name because she didn't do anything. But that's the point. I like the fact she didn't do anything. Like, I'm not supposed to know the first lady's name. You know? Like, that's the one thing I like about Trump is, like, his wife was home raising their kid. Nothing wrong with that. There is nothing wrong with being a stay-at-home mom raising your kid. Like, what was she gonna do in the White House? Nothing. What's Donald Trump gonna do in the White House? Now, before you think I'm gonna joke and say nothing, well, no, he's being the president. Even if you don't like him, he's still doing presidential stuff. You don't need the first lady there. Like, it's a job. Like, I don't know. Like, these presidents that have first ladies that are always in the news just makes no sense. Like, to me, the first lady is just a distraction. Like, yeah, like Obama's wife. Like, do I really need her to tell me to work out 30 minutes a day? No, it's stupid. Or just name other first ladies. Like, do I really need to see her wearing gloves gardening? Does it matter? Does it matter how the first lady redecorates the White House? Who gives a fuck? I like the fact that the Donald Trump presidency was just about him and not first lady bullshit, which doesn't. The first lady is the least important person on the planet when it comes to the U.S. government. Think about it. Okay, I don't see the whatever the world leaders calling up the White House, going, "Hey, let me speak to the first lady." And like you got people because everyone's so obsessed with Trump. He's not even in office, and they're making fun of his wife. I'm like, dude, why? The first lady has nothing to do with it, with anything. The first lady is something that the news media uses to just have more stories. Like, I don't need the first lady to tell me shit. Like, just say no. That was one of the funniest first ladies, was Nancy Reagan. It's like, I don't need Nancy to tell me not to do drugs. I'm not doing drugs because I can't afford it right now. But like, when I get a better job, I'll get more drugs. Like, I don't know. It's like people just people. Here's the problem. People just have to be negative. And like, that's what the news media is. The news media, because like, now that Trump's out of office, well, it depends like which side of the news, or I mean which news station you watch. Some are pro Trump, some are pro whatever. But as soon as Trump left office, you already have negative stories about Biden now. The same news stations that were putting down Trump and going, "We need Biden," are now like putting down Biden. It's like Biden's been in office for 2 days, and he's not doing a good job, apparently. So it's like, I don't even know why people watch the news, the media in general. Like, if you're gonna get news, get it. I would get it from independent people on YouTube who don't gain anything by being one way on the political spectrum. I don't watch these news stations, but Fox News, from what I've heard, leans one way. I've heard CNN leans one way when it comes to their political opinions. And so if you're getting your news from a source that is swayed just because they don't like someone because they're a Democrat or a Republican or whatever other labels they want to put on someone, why are you watching that news? Because obviously it's not going to be real. It's going to be bullshit news. Like, you need to, you know who you should get your news from? Yourself. Do your own research. Like, there's plenty of ways, and once again, it's the mainstream media. I mean, I'm sure there's like what, alternative media that's just as bad as the mainstream media. But like, if you do it yourself and research it yourself and not have it handed to you, you actually look at the buffet of news. There's thousands, like literally thousands of news websites, thousands of independent news sources. Get your news on your own. That's the easiest way to actually get the truth, or the closest thing you can get from the truth. But basically, the bigger the news source, that's most likely the least amount of facts, because the brainwashing machine is not is just not the right place. But like, I definitely recommend YouTube, because there's so many independent creators who have no skin in the game when it comes to leaning to one side and just want to get the truth out. Because there's a big portion of the population, and when I say big portion of the population, I'm just going by like comments I've seen and just talking to people, that people don't trust the news. Well, because how many times has the news given you false information or hidden information, or just straight up lied? So and then like the ratings have dropped on all these news stations. So I mean, more and more people are waking up, and more and more people are going to YouTube and just other independent sources to get their news. There's a lot of independent news sources that they get higher ratings or whatever, more views than the major stations. So more and more people are waking up, and then that's why they're trying to close down alt tech too, because it's competition. But hey, it is what it is. But yeah, back to what I was talking about. Like, I don't understand why people are making fun of the former first lady. I mean, she's gone. First of all, she was never there, which is good. I had to lean. Excuse me. I had to lean back and unplug the cooling fan to my PS4. It was making noise. Sorry, first world problems. But the first lady was never there in the first place, which is great. I don't want any news about the first lady. Don't care. Do not give a rat's ass about the first lady. But now they're making fun of her because she was the worst first lady. No, I think she was the best first lady. Didn't hear a peep from her. The only thing she was doing was taking care of her son. At whatever house, I don't know, this Trump family, they got like 30 houses. Whichever house that kid was going, like, I think he was going to school in New York, right? Okay, so like, she was at the house in New York raising her kid. Like, that should be commended. Like, what the hell do you want her to do? So anyway, all the people making fun of the former first lady, aka the greatest lady, kiss my ass. Making fun of someone that did nothing to you except, I don't know, you're angry at something, so you're taking it out on her. So all the people making fun of her, just need to go kick rocks. But anyway, I'm gonna go praise the greatest lady, aka the former first lady, and make sure these people aren't hurting her feelings. Nah, I'm just kidding. Anyway, I'll talk to you later. Have a good one.